Hello, everyone. This is Rob Golfi with REMAX, the Golfi team. Welcome to the Golfi Real Estate Show, Niagara edition with host Stephanie Vivier.
Well, hello there, Rob. So great to be back on the show with you. How's the week been? What's the market like right now?
The market, okay, so we're not, we don't have the full stats towards the end of the month, and but we will get that next week's show. But right now, the way September is pacing, it's pacing exactly like it did in the last 2 years of September. The sales are lower than the August sales, and it's just, I went back. I'm going, wow, like you'd think it would change, but we've been in a flat market for a long time, and things are changing a bit, and we're finding mortgage brokers are getting more busy right now for pre-approvals. So that means people are gearing up, and they're gearing up also with possible another interest rate drop happening next week, and we're all praying for that. We're praying that they even do a half a point, because the first two didn't do much. And even the third one's not doing much. People are still waiting on the fence, and the problem is people are waiting for the next interest rate drop, and then they go, let's just wait one more, and that's what's slowing things down. And they got to do either a half a point next month, or and hopefully that'll stir up the economy. Housing sales start happening again. Now we need to be busy in the next 6 weeks to 2 months with selling real estate, because if it's not going to happen, that means there's going to be a boom in the spring market, and it's just going to cause too much multiple offers, and it's just going to cause chaos again. So we need to get rid of some inventory right now. We need to have housing sales happen right now, so it's not a big a flood of people buying in the new year, and it's just going to cause problems for home buyers, and it's just people won't be able to do inspections. It's all that. So it's hard to tell what direction the next interest rate drop is going to be. A big decision, but people are gearing up right now. They're getting pre-approvals.
So what I'm hearing you say, Rob, is like basically you're shooting yourself in the foot if you're kind of waiting to get in the market, because the longer you wait, the less, I guess, options you're going to have. Exactly,
because right now a lot of sellers are sitting and they're waiting, saying, they're also going to say, I'm going to wait till the interest rates drop a little more, and because they know if there is more drops of interest rates, housing prices will start climbing again. Right now, I'm telling you, if you're a buyer, you better get on the wagon and start getting out there and looking for that house, and call your realtor, especially call us, the Golfi team, and help you look for some houses, because you will end up paying more money next year for buying a house. I know that, and I see the trend happening, and we're going to see it's starting to happen right now, where it's getting just a little bit activity, but not quite there yet. But it's perfect for the home buyer to buy right now.
Okay, so get out there and look. Also, I guess worth pointing out, Rob, too, that if, say, you're looking and that interest rate does drop, you're only going to be dealing with whatever's happening at the time when you close, right? Well, so you can get that pre-approval, and then you would be able to get the benefit of the lower interest rate? Yes, and I think your pre-approval is good for 90 days, if I'm correct. On a new home, I think it's 120 days, but pre-approval. So what happens is, if you go get pre-approved today, right, and you go out and buy a house, let's say, and it closes in 60 to 90 days from now, your pre-approval locks you in at the interest rate that you are now. Now, if the interest rate drops within the 90 days before your closing date on your house, you will get the lower rate. But if it goes up, then you are locked in at that rate that you locked in. So if you buy something now, which is a great idea to do, and you close in 60 days, hopefully there's at least another quarter to a half a point in the next 60 days, you will benefit with that quarter to half a point. And then you also benefited with, negotiating a decent deal on the buying of your house. So it is a great time right now to do so, especially with the way interest rates are going. So you're kind of be like, if you're getting into that market, you're gonna be at the beginning of something that you're gonna say, thank God I bought now. And I know a lot of people are gonna feel that when they buy now, and then people that buy after, they buy in a new year, they're going, we could have, but we didn't, and now they're paying more money for it. Yeah, you could be getting, a lot less, paying a lot less, which is going to save you over the long term versus that interest rate.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, I want to ask you about somebody you were spending some time with this week. Kind of jealous. Tell us who you were hanging out with.
Yeah, Barbara Corcoran. You'll see I got a video on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. So I met up with Barbara. I've done quite a few commercials with Barbara, and I've known her for 10 years. Can you believe that? 10 years.
Wow.
It's great. I'm going to tell you something. This lady, she is a very wealthy lady. She's a real estate mogul, and she is like so humble. This lady was a realtor. She became a broker, and she opened up many offices throughout the New York City area, and also the Hamptons and around. She sold her brokerage. I'm not sure how many different offices she had for $60 million while she was on Shark Tank. But she loves helping realtors because she was a realtor herself. And so I was there, we were filming a shoot, and we're having a lot of fun. And I was showing pictures to her from when I first met her 10 years ago, and she's like, "Oh my God," she couldn't believe it, and she's just amazed. And I've met her probably, I got to say, at least 8 to 10 times during the 10-year period, and it's great. She's a great lady. She's well known. Shark Tank has been on for, I think, 15, 16 years, 16 seasons. They said so. So it's been a great journey with Barbara. In a partnership, and it's awesome. And she tells stories about like Kevin O'Leary and all the other people on the Shark Tank, and different stories of people pitching their product or their service to them, and one time she brought the popcorn. She had it was popcorn. It was there was no calorie popcorn. I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember the name. So all of us, she gave all this popcorn. She endorsed that and sold it, and she made a ton of money doing that. And her thing is helping small businesses get started, grow it to a level that it becomes very profitable and everything, then probably sell it to a larger company that is in that business, and they just mass produce it. But it was calorie free. I can't remember what it was.
I think it's called Pipcorn.
Or something like
that. The one?
A Pipcorn or something like that. Apparently, it was supposed to be good. Like you weren't gonna. It had not too many calories, but she was very amazing. And I flew in, and I took a risk on this when I was going, and I usually don't allow any air in other people, meaning like flying there the night before, and then booking my flight. Just after the shoot, like I just went in, boom, and then left.
Yeah.
Now, if any of those flights got canceled, I would have been in trouble. So I've been pretty lucky when it comes to, like timing, when I'm even driving on the highway going to Toronto or flying someplace and getting to a location, because I am like precise on my time. And I don't allow for any error. So either I'm lucky or I'm good, but one or the other, it's been knock on wood. But I actually, I thought about it when I was there, and I go, boy, you know what? This would have been a real disaster if my flight got canceled or delayed, or there was, like you hear all these stories about flights, people can't get on. What if I couldn't get on? And actually, they changed my seat when I got there. So that was the only thing. I mean, it's only about an hour and 15-minute flight. I'm not sure to New York City. So, but again, yeah, I've been pretty lucky. So I don't know if I'll take that chance again. I'll probably leave in an earlier flight the day before, just in case there's no room for error. And if I have to drive to New York City, that's only an 8-hour drive. I'll still make it there in time to sleep at a hotel and then and get ready to do the shoot. And I was there all day. Like I was there all day with Barbara, and we had a lot of fun. And if you go to my Instagram, Golfi Team, and or TikTok or Facebook, you'll see little clips of me with Barbara on there. It's really good. Great lady.
That's amazing.
Great lady. Very humble. No drama. She's nothing like that. Hardworking lady. Very hardworking lady.
Yeah, she's really interesting. I mean, like you mentioned, like the $60 million. She doesn't need to work. She could be, hanging out, doing whatever. But like you said, she's really invested in helping other people. Does she try to give advice? Do you ask her questions like when you're meeting with her? What's that like?
Oh yeah, she's amazing. If you go up to her and you catch her aside and I'll stand, beside her or sit, and I'll say, hey Barbara, like when you were transitioning to this or going into that, and all of a sudden she goes into this serious mode and say, Rob, and she goes, this is, when I did this and things didn't work out right, I had to, to pivot to a different direction. And she'll talk about her experiences and in the business. Now, she's a lot older than we are, and so she's been through quite a few recessions, so she knows what that's about. She even talks a story about Donald Trump. She's worked for Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is probably, she even says, is one of the best salespeople that she's ever met in her life. That guy knows how to sell anything, just an incredible person. And she did have some issues with Donald Trump. She had to sue Donald Trump, but she still, gives him the credit of he's a great salesperson. This guy, if he's got projects on the go, he knows how to get people to look at his project or anything that he has to get that audience to look at it. And he's a promoter. We all know, he loves to talk and everything's great. We all know that. We hear that see that on TV. But very, very knowledgeable woman. I'm actually lucky and privileged that I actually can chat with her and get some experiences that she's done that could help my business right here in the Golden Horseshoe.
Yeah, it's nice to hear people like that they want to reach down and share, and it almost it kind of tells you it's like a chicken egg thing. It's like, well, that's kind of why she is where she is, because she gets it, and like you said, she's still hardworking after all these years and all this money.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? It's